At least 25 people have died in New York, as a blizzard blasted much of the U.S. in recent days, bringing the nationwide death toll to at least 55. The updated number of deaths comes as parts of western New York remain buried by up to 43 inches (109 centimeters) of snow, leaving vehicles stuck and power out for thousands over the Christmas holiday. U.S. blizzard death toll rises. Greater than. This is a horrible situation, Erie County Executive Mark Poloncarz said in a news conference, noting officials expect between 8 and 12 more inches (20 centimeters to 30 centimeters) of snow to fall by Tuesday afternoon. This is not helpful as we're trying to recover and clear off streets and get into areas that still have not been plowed, he said. While driving bans have been lifted in some communities, one such ban remains in place in Buffalo, Poloncarz said, describing the city as impassable in most areas, with abandoned cars, trucks and vehicles scattered everywhere. Regardless, Erie County Sheriff John Garcia urged residents to stay home to keep the roads clear for emergency crews. Even emergency and recovery vehicles sent out to help have gotten stuck in the snow as rescue crews and hundreds of snowplow drivers fanned out on Christmas Day. 11 abandoned ambulances were dug out on Sunday, officials said. We had to send specialized rescue crews to go get the rescuers, Poloncarz said, adding it was the worst storm he could remember. It was just horrendous, and it was horrendous for 24 hours in a row. We're used to snow here, we can handle snow, he said. But with the wind, the blinding views, it was complete whiteouts, and the extreme cold, it was some of the worst conditions that any of us have ever seen. Erie County officials called it a once-in-a-lifetime blizzard. Many of New York's weather-related fatalities were in Erie County, where some people had died of exposure or due to cardiac events while shoveling or blowing snow, Poloncarz said in the news conference, citing the findings of the county's medical examiner's office. The storm has drawn widespread comparisons to Buffalo's famous blizzard of 1977. Poloncarz said in Monday's news conference the current storm's ferocity was worse than the blizzard of '77. Hundreds of National Guard troops have been deployed to help with rescue efforts in New York. State police had been involved in over 500 rescues by Sunday, including delivering a baby, Hochul said. Freezing inside homes while abandoned vehicles pepper the snow-covered roadways, conditions are also difficult inside homes. Some residents have remained in their homes for more than 2 days, some without power in the freezing cold, Hochul said Sunday, due not to a lack of resources, but the challenges utility companies face in terms of mobility and access. As of Sunday evening, 94.5% of Erie County residents and 87% of Buffalo residents have had their power restored, Hochul said. Still, there were 12,000 homes and businesses in Erie County without power Sunday evening, and many won't have lights and heating back until Tuesday, Poloncarz said. Storm leads to loss of life across multiple states over the past week. The prolonged winter storm has enveloped a large swath of the U.S. with dangerously low temperatures and wind chills, also bringing with it widespread power outages and thousands of canceled flights. More than 10 million people remained under freeze alerts across the South Monday, including residents in Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Mobile, Montgomery and Birmingham. Sub-freezing temperatures are expected across the affected areas, where temperatures will be in the teens and low 20s, potentially killing crops and damaging plumbing. The majority of these alerts are set to expire Monday morning as temperatures finally begin to recover from the polar air. Nationwide, around 65,000 customers were without power early Monday, according to Power Outage US. Since the start of the storm, the number of outages has at times exceeded 1 million customers. Since the brutal weather's arrival, multiple storm-related deaths have been reported across several states. In addition to the deaths in New York, the fatalities include Colorado. Police in Colorado Springs, Colorado, reported 2 deaths related to the cold since Thursday, with one man found near a power transformer of a building possibly looking for warmth, and another in a camp in an alleyway. Kansas, 3 people have died in weather-related traffic accidents, the Kansas Highway Patrol said Friday. Kentucky, 3 people have died in the state, officials have said, including one involving a vehicle crash in Montgomery County. Missouri, 1 person died after a caravan slid off an icy road and into a frozen creek, Kansas City police said. Ohio, 9 people have died as a result of weather-related vehicle crashes, including 4 in a Saturday morning crash on Interstate 75, when a semi-tractor trailer crossed the median and collided with an SUV and a pickup, authorities said. Tennessee, the Tennessee Department of Health on Friday confirmed 1 storm-related fatality. Wisconsin State Patrol on Thursday reported 1 fatal crash due to winter weather. Vermont, 1 woman in Castleton died after a tree fell on her home, according to the chief of the Castleton Police Department. With NBC